Okay, so I figured we could talk about grocery shopping. Let me back that up so maybe I didn't miss everybody. So I figured we could talk a little bit about grocery shopping while I'm putting on my makeup because I need to get ready for the other video. And I had to go to the grocery store today, which is an absolute nightmare. And anyone who's been out in this knows. And it's crazy because for our area, to follow social distancing, they're not limiting the number of people going into the store, but you're only supposed to go in with one person per family unless you have a child young enough or someone who can't shop on their own. So I went to the grocery store today. Cameron did go with me. I did cheat a little bit. And the only reason I did that is one, I was shopping for 3 households because Jeremy's parents can't get out in this, so I grocery shop for them. And then Jeremy's grandfather, who is 92, can't get out in this either, so I was shopping for him. And there was no way I could push 2 carts by myself. And as I said, no one else needed to be getting out in this. And trying to get my husband to grocery shop, he would get so frustrated doing certain things. I mean, I know that a lot of y'all's are probably like that as well. So this is what we did. And so we went to HEB and we were able to get pretty much everything on the list. Paper products are still non-existent, toilet paper, paper towels. But I did order paper towels off of Amazon today. So it says I should get them by April the 20th. So here's hoping I get them sooner than that. Hi, Crafty Paige. So we were able to get pretty much, as I said, everything on our list. But paper towels at my house are pretty much gone. I'm going to use the Burn Book by Storybook Cosmetics. I've actually never used this. I own 3 of their eyeshadow palettes. Right around Christmas time, they did like these mystery boxes where you pretty much got everything in their line for like $125 or something, which was a good deal because each of the eyeshadow palettes are typically $55 each. And I had wanted to try it. So we're going to play with them. And as I said, since I haven't bought any new makeup, this is a great way and a great time to try out new makeup without spending money. So I think I'm going to go into the So Fetch color, which is like a orangey yellow, which that is really an orange. But it's a pretty color. But yeah, no, grocery shopping is a nightmare right now. And part of the problem is you've got everybody trying to stock up on everything, but they're not going to close down the grocery stores. And it's because people have overbought on a lot of things, they're limiting what you can purchase. So for someone who's like me, who we have a family of 5 and, you know, the line certain items like meat and eggs and stuff like that means who am I typically will buy stuff so I only have to go to don't have to go to the grocery store as often, have to go more often. If that makes sense. So, I don't know. It's a weird situation. How is it for y'all? Hey, Karen. I'm glad y'all are all able to join me. So far, I like how these are performing. As I said, TP or flour there. Oh, we have flour. It goes pretty quickly. Toilet paper, they'll put out, and it's not as difficult to find. But I've got toilet paper because right before it got bad, and people were joking about like shopping for toilet paper and like buying it out of everywhere. I was joking with Nadia and was like, hey, while you're out, get toilet paper. And then I went and looked and we had 2 rolls left. So I was like, hey, actually, while you're out, go get some. Because her boyfriend lives in a smaller town. It's not far from us. So like their Dollar General at that point hadn't sold out. So we bought a big pack of Angel Soft. So we got toilet paper for at least a month or 2. And that's typically how I buy it. You know, you don't need a year's worth of toilet paper. And boys don't seem to go through toilet paper near as often as girls do. I really do like that. What do you think? So let's take a clean brush and just blend out the edges. Soften them up. Because the only thing that they have in this that I could use to soften it up is they have an actual white shade called the Plastics. I think that might be a little harsh. That's not too bad. Just want to blend out those edges so they don't look so difficult. But yeah, no, grocery. So, Crafty Paige, do y'all have, are your grocery stores and stuff still open? Because I thought that they weren't going to shut down anywhere. But I could be wrong. Because that's where a lot of the panic and stuff like that's coming in. And for us, like, as I said, trying to follow social distancing and things like that is extremely difficult whenever you've got everybody going to the store in all the time. And we've been going through this sweat now. People started talking about it. Okay, yeah, everything essential still open. Since when did we start talking about this? Cameron was on spring break, so around March the 9th is when it started getting bad. So it's been 3 weeks or so. So this is the fourth time I've been to the store. Which again, I'm shopping for 3 families. So I'm trying to limit what I'm doing out. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to try this Glen Cocoa shade right there to deepen up the crease a little bit. But so far, I'm really liking how these are performing. It's a nice warm brown. It's almost identical to the look I did yesterday. But I don't know. Like, I've seen people and like stockpiling water and stuff like that. They're not cutting off your water. It's not a hurricane or anything like that. Now, I know hurricanes are not the only thing people deal with why they would lose water, but in our area, that is a big reason why we stockpile water. And we're not into hurricane season yet. I'm going to try out this Partly Cloudy Super Shock Extreme. The only time I've used this, I swatched it, and other than that, I haven't even touched it. I just figured the orange and the yellow would look really pretty together. That is pretty. But this is not like your typical Super Shock. It is much more crumblier. But this is an extreme glitter. So, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but glitter is definitely flying everywhere. But it is pretty. I mean, I like that yellow. You can do much more neutral, and if you want to add a little bit of pop or punch of something, if you put a brighter color on your lid, that definitely helps add some vibrancy. And I am definitely not against using a glitter. Y'all know that. But I like how that looks. I think that looks really pretty. So let's kind of take and go over the edges. But yeah, I've got glitter fall out all over my face. I should have probably used a glitter glue with that. Now I'm going to take and go back into that Glen Cocoa shade. And just use it on the outer half of my eye. Blend it into that glitter shade. And then take my little Wayne Goss brush wherever he decided to go to. Dip back into the Soap Etch. Okay, I like how my eyes are looking. Other than I got a crap ton of glitter right there. So, anyways, today is Cameron's birthday. So, that's another reason why he went to the store with me. He's 13. He's stuck by my side. I did need his help, but we also, so that way, we can't do a birthday party or anything like that other than with, like, Jeremy's parents and Cameron because can't social distancing. So as I said, we ordered his cake from Nut and Bunt Cakes, and we're getting dinner from Tokyo, which is a local Japanese restaurant takeout today. So it's not like we're doing anything major, but I was like, well, let's go to the store and you can pick out junk food and stuff like that that I typically won't buy you. Because I'm that kind of mom. So we went and did that. But my mother-in-law was like, well, I can order groceries and then you can pick them up. And I told her, I said, well, one of the problems with ordering right now groceries is if you're not sure what substitutions they're going to use, you're going to choose no substitutions. And then you're not going to get half the stuff that you needed by doing grocery delivery. And then it's, or grocery pickup. It's just crazy then. And I'm like, yes, it may take me some time, but at least we know we'll get all the stuff that you need. Because I can call you while I'm there and be like, hey, they don't have this. Is there something else you want instead? Or they've got this instead. So, I don't know. But how's everybody else doing with everything? I mean, for the most part, we're doing good. Jeremy's still working. We're still staying open. Side business has been crazy out the wazoo, which we're limited on what we can do because we're just keeping family going right now. Because I would feel terrible if one of my employees got sick because I made them work, if that makes sense. So we gave them the option. So, because what we do, it's not something really you can do from home. Well, I can do my job from home, but not everybody else can. So, but yeah, just trying to keep everything going. Oh. I'm really not a fan of this. This is a Morphe sponge with Jeffree Star. And I like the color, but that's not the most important reason why picking a sponge. And this I'm not the biggest fan of because it is so dense. It's not as soft to me as the Real Techniques or the Beauty Blender one. And I typically don't buy the Beauty Blender ones because I'm not going to pay 20 bucks for a sponge, even though they do last a long time. I just think that that's a little bit ridiculous. Typically, if I have a Beauty Blender sponge, it is because, hey Teresa, it came in a set or something. Because I just, as I said, that's a lot for a sponge. But at least the good thing about all this is I am actually using up a lot of makeup, which needed to happen. But I also realized, like, on Super Shock shadows, they're not as much in there as you think that they are. Because the one I used yesterday, I was, and I think this is only the second time I've used it, but look, can you see that? There's already pan. Which is like crazy to me because I've never hit pan on an eyeshadow before. And this is more of a cream shadow. It's just, there's pan. But it's not, you would think with as big as this container is that it would be very deep. But it really only goes to about like that section of the, where the screw top goes. The one thing I do like about this sponge is I do like the shape of it. I like that sharp point. It definitely makes it a little bit easier when you're doing certain parts of your foundation. Today, I don't think I'm going to use any powder. Well, I mean, I'm going to use powder products like bronzer and stuff like that, but I don't think I want to set under my eyes. My eyes are so dry lately. It's just bad. And I know I'm not the only one who's dealing with all this. I'm just ready for things to go back to normal, but I don't know how long that's going to take. Same bronzer I've been using. And look, you can see I've actually used quite a bit of that. I'm proud. bronzer's another one of those things I've never actually went through and used up. But I pretty much used this bronzer, with the exception of a couple of times used my other ones, but only. And bronzer still takes forever to go through. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, I mean, some of you like the live, some of you don't. It's all up to you if you want to sit here and watch or not. I just figure it's a good way to talk to people, because I love my husband, I love my kids, and on a normal basis, I'm fine just talking to them. But you know, I think with this stuff, I think with the social distancing and everything else that's going on, the hardest part of it is, it's not the actual fact of staying away from people and stuff like that, because a lot of people are typically fine with that. It is more the fact of you're being told you have to. Does that make sense? That's what it seems like to me. I'm going to use the Smoky Glow from Midas Cosmetics, the highlighter. I'm going to use the shade Yas. We'll see how that goes. But I think that's more part of it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it wouldn't be, if you're not being told that you can't, is a lot different than not wanting, or trying to think of the best way to put it. Like for me, being told that I can't do something makes me want to do it. It's like the thing of the wanting to break the rules kind of thing, I guess is the best way to put it. And it's not that well, I'm tired of listening to the news, and I'm tired of looking at the news on Facebook and stuff like that, and everybody talking about everything, and I'm so tired of people putting out false information, because that just causes more problems. And a lot of people are doing it too, y'all know. And it's not that I want to be a tattletale or anything, it's just, you know, don't just spread information because you think that it's right. You need to know for sure that it's right before you spread information, because you're just messing with everybody else when you're doing stuff like that. But yeah, no. Facebook is just about driven me nuts lately. But I'm not one, like, and this is going to probably sound a little bit funny. I'm not a big fan of social media. Only time I really use social media a lot is because I use it for my business, not because I actually like to be on social media. You know, I don't have anything like out there that's scary or that I'm embarrassed about or anything like that, or at least I don't think so. Who knows? But it's just, I'm not always the biggest fan of social media. It's, you got so many people pretending to be something that they're not, and their life is perfect and it's not. And that's what drives me nuts, because it portrays an unreal image to a lot of people. And hopefully people don't feel that way about me, that I portray an unreal image. I really try not to. I just try to be me. Well, I'm glad you like watching the makeup lives. It keeps things going. And makeup's fun to me, you know. Makeup is artistic and it's fun. You don't have to sit here and be Vincent Van Gogh to apply makeup. You don't even, I mean, and there's no right or wrong way to apply it. I may tell you to do something one way, but if that doesn't work for you, that means it doesn't work for you. Because part of the thing is, everybody has different skin tones, different skin concerns. So what works for me may not work for you, depending on age, skin type, skin concerns. So we all have to remember that. one thing about using the brow pomade, which is just what I put in my eyebrows, this is the soft brown dip brow by Anastasia, is it really does clean up my eyebrows a lot, because it's a lot easier to control, which my eyebrows look cruddy anyway. And then what I just took and did is my sponge, where it still has just the tiniest bit of foundation to kind of give it that natural fade. Just take and push it over the edges of my eyebrows so they don't look as harsh on the ends. It's a good way to do that. So let's go ahead and spray our face, and then we'll put on mascara and lips, and then we are done. Now remember, if y'all want to join us tonight at 7 p.m. on my main channel, we are going to be doing a live birthday party for Cameron, my 13-year-old. But today's a big day in our family anyway. So Cameron's turning 13. My niece Brittany, she's turning 15. And then Joe and Mary, Jeremy's parents, this is their anniversary, and they are married for 38 years today. So there's a lot of things that happen on this day. Cameron was born on their 25th wedding anniversary. And what's kind of funny is, some of you may or may not know, Cameron was a preemie. He was born early. I had toxemia, preeclampsia, and diabetes with him. So they planned a baby shower for me for March 31st, which was a Saturday in 2007. And I had a doctor's appointment on March the 30th. My blood pressure was through the roof, so they were like, okay, we're going to induce you on Sunday. So we had actually planned during that time period for to have a surprise anniversary party for Jeremy's parents, because that was their 25th wedding anniversary, was the day that Cameron was born. Because a lot of our friends and family were already going to be together. We're not supposed to have groups of 10 or more. But I'm still not going to risk it, because like Jeremy's parents, they're going to be at Cameron's thing because they live across the street, so we still see them all the time. And we're not going to risk other people being around. And Brittany, the other one that turns 15 today, they live about 2 hours away from us. So typically whenever we see my sister-in-law and them, we always do like a second birthday party for the two of them together, because those two are like peas in a pod. But we surprised Jeremy's parents with their 25th anniversary party at my baby shower, and it was so cute. And that is the actual first time I ever made a banner on my own, which was so difficult to do because I was pregnant with Cameron and I was huge. So, been doing this a long time. And it's kind of a good thing that we did, because for their 25th anniversary, Joe was watching Caden and Mary was up at the hospital. I was in labor with Cameron. Because as I said, they ended up inducing me on April the 1st. I didn't have him till April the 2nd, but it was early April the 2nd. Was like, I think it was like 2 something in the morning. So it wasn't long into April 2nd. Thank goodness, because that kid is a handful already. I cannot imagine him being an April Fool's baby. But we knew that we were going to have to be induced early with all the problems that I was having with him. So like they had already given me shots and stuff beforehand of steroids to help his lungs develop. So he was itty bitty. He was 5 pounds, 6 ounces. But we were able to take him home. Because we did deal with a doctor that was for special, that dealt with high-risk pregnancies. So everything was good. But he's their best present. And pretty much any time other than like his 13th birthday, because to me a teenage birthday is an important birthday. But it's not the most important. Like 13, 16, 18, those are all very important birthdays. But it's like the 25, the 30, that kind of thing, to me, are some of the more important birthdays. So pretty much anytime he has a milestone birthday, they have a milestone anniversary. Like, so whenever he's 25, they'll be married for 50 years. And he was joking with his granny and his papa this morning and being like, I don't know how you put up with him for that long, because that's just kind of family we are. We joke around a lot, but I don't know. I'm just ready for things to hopefully at some point get back to normal. I don't know if that's ever going to happen though. Because part of the thing with all this is it's going to take a lot of time. Let's try to apply some black eyeliner. See, I'm getting better at doing liner. And it doesn't look like much, but if you actually look, the eye that I applied liner to, my lashes look thicker. And I'm just doing like a hairline line. Well, I don't expect things to get back together, especially before May, because for us, I don't know about y'all, but our schools, they announced yesterday, either yesterday or the day before that they were going to stay closed until May the 4th. So we've got at least until then. And a lot of people are talking about that some school districts have already said that they're not going to go back for the rest of the school year. So that's very difficult. Because I'm not sure and stuff like they were. So yours are, well, when was your school supposed to end anyway? Like for us, our school year ends on May the 28th. So that's the day of graduation. That was supposed to be Caden's graduation. So we'll see if that actually goes. So we're just late May. Okay, so you're done. So y'all aren't going to go back at all. I mean, they're still doing like homes, like we're doing the homebound kind of program but they haven't even started grading all that for us yet. They're supposed to have all that ready for them to be able to grade on the 17th. So we'll see. And they're going to have to, because especially by the time they miss all this school, summer's not going to be, like, college has moved. They had a really easy transition, it seems like, to online only. Public school has not. Our area has not, at least. Because in our area, not all kids have access to technology. Our area has a lot of lower income families and things like that don't have, multiple computers or iPads or tablets and things like that in their household. I mean, we do, we're lucky. But so for them to transition, since they didn't use technology, they're starting to get more into using technology, but they didn't use it that much. So transitioning to it has been very difficult. As I said, my kids haven't really had an issue with that part because my husband's in IT and they've been on computers since they were born, or at least that's what it feels like. But yeah, we're getting there. But remember, if you'll check out the main channel at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to do a birthday party for Cameron. Pretty much just give everybody a chance to say happy birthday and stuff like that. Make him feel special. He is turning 13. And he doesn't get to see all of his friends and stuff like that. Like, he FaceTimes them and stuff like that, but it's not the same. But I guess that's it. So we shall see y'all tomorrow. Is today Wednesday or Thursday? Today's Thursday. I will, Karen. You too. Bye, y'all.